from North Carolina, Mr. Jones, for 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Today, the House Budget Committee will reveal the budget for fiscal year 2016. That budget will contain more money for Afghanistan, which is why I am speaking on the floor today. Afghanistan is an absolutely waste of taxpayers' money. It is a true graveyard of empires. Mr. Speaker, just 2 years ago, I was speaking on the floor about a New York Times article titled, "Karzai says he was assured CIA would continue delivering bags of cash." I will quote from that article again today. "The CIA money," Mr. Karzai told reporters, "was an easy source of petty cash, and some of it was used to pay off members of the political elite and a group dominated by warlords." This past Sunday, an article in the Raleigh, North Carolina paper titled "CIA Cash Helped to Refill Al-Qaeda's Coffers." According to the article, the CIA contributes to Al-Qaeda. Bottom line was just another in a long list of examples of how the United States, largely because of poor oversight and loose financial controls, has sometimes inadvertently financed the very militants who have been killing American soldiers. Finally, the article stated, the cash flow has slowed since a new Afghan president, Mr. Ghani, assumed office in September. Afghan officials said, but they added the cash was still coming in. For at least 5 years, it has been reported that cash from the United States has been funneled to the Afghan government through the CIA as a sort of slush fund, and some of that money has made its way to Al-Qaeda. This is only one example of the waste, fraud, and abuse in Afghanistan. Yet the current administration has obligated the American taxpayer and soldier to 9 more years in Afghanistan without even a debate on the floor of the House. Let me remind the House, Al-Qaeda is our enemy. Congress owes the American people and the soldiers a debate to end this failed policy. Mr. Speaker, after over $685 billion in taxpayers' dollars, blood and limbs lost in Afghanistan, it is time to stop the waste, fraud, and abuse of American taxpayer money. To start reallocating that money right here in America to help our veterans, to help the infrastructure of America, and to help our children, America's future. Why are we spending this kind of money in Afghanistan that is abused and wasted and used to kill American soldiers? I do not understand it, Mr. Speaker. Our debt is over $18 trillion. When President Clinton left office in the year 2000, our debt was $5.6 trillion, and today it is over $18 trillion in debt, and we continue 9 more years of waste, fraud, and abuse in Afghanistan. We in Congress owe the American people a debate. With that, Mr. Speaker, before closing, I will ask God to please bless our men and women in uniform. God, please bless the families who've given a child dying for freedom in Afghanistan and Iraq. And I will ask God to please bless the President and the House and the Senate, that we would do what is right in the eyes of God for God's people today and God's people tomorrow. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I will yield back the balance of my time.